Okay, let's go now to the political parties. The political trends in the political trends of the Victorian age. There was the development of some new political parties, were mainly two: the liberal and the conservative. The old Whig party had evolved into the Liberal Party, and the old Tories party had evolved into the Conservative Party. The manager representative of the Liberal Party was Mr. Gladstone. Mr. Gladstone had been elected as Prime Minister four times in Britain, and his party were more interested in internal politics, domestic affairs in particular, and in political reforms. They dealt above all about the Irish question, and they tried to solve the Irish question even this was an unsolved problem. And because they proposed a British rule for Ireland, which wasn't absolutely accepted by the Irish people. And whereas the Conservative Party, in particular in the person of Mr. Disraeli, dealt with and was concerned with the foreign affairs, in particular with the colonial expansion of Great Britain to India. Right. So he Disraeli had Victoria crowned Empress of India, and he wanted to. He considered British as to have a sort of duty. That is to export their culture, their social and their economical supremacy, and also their language to the world. That's why the expansion and the colonial campaign was particularly considered, and that's why the Conservative Party focused on this campaign. Moreover, Disraeli was also responsible for passing the second reform bill, which expanded the vote to the members of the working class, and for passing the Trade Union Act, which finally gave full legality and status to the trade union. As a consequence, the corn laws were abolished and the free trade was accepted. Let's go now to the cultural trends, which are as well important. We have to distinguish between what happened in the early Victorian age and what happened in the late Victorian age, in particular as regard the critics, because the late Victorians were much more critical on their times, on the Victorian period in general, whereas in the first period, so the optimism and faith in progress was predominant in Britain. As regard instead the contrast between religious faith and the triumph of science, we have to remember the publication of Charles Darwin, The Origin of Species, which focused on man as having had origin